Welcome back, friends. Today we're taking a close look at the Milwaukee M18 FUEL 8¼ inch table saw. I've had this for a couple months now, and I had a chance to really put it through the test and see how it works. So now I can tell you how it works with my experience on it. So I grew up with a table saw that I inherited from my grandpa. It was a 10-inch vintage Craftsman table saw. It had a lot of cast iron on it. It was very heavy, and it was next to impossible to ever bring from my garage to a job site. I had an enclosed cargo trailer. I brought it a few times, but it didn't take long for me to end up getting one that's more portable, a job site table saw. So the blade on this is a little smaller than what I'm used to, but I'm definitely finding that the 8¼ is going to be a standard that a lot of people can live with. And a nice thing is this also runs Dado Blades. So if you want to see how battery powered works and all the features of this, please stay tuned and watch the rest of the video and let me know what you think. So now I'm going to clean all the sawdust off this so you can see what's underneath. So first we're going to start by removing the battery, and then we're going to lower the blade. So I've had the Milwaukee 8-gallon dust extractor. It's a HEPA filter. This has worked really nice for removing the dust. So I'm going to hook a cleaning attachment tool to this and then start cleaning. And then here's my portable compressor set up right here, the Milwaukee M18 FUEL compressor. This works really nice for getting the last of the dust off. So now we're going to move the table saw outside to get a close look all around. Then we're going to bring it back in and test it out. All right, so let's take a closer look at the table saw itself. So over here on the side of the fence, it has storage for the push stick. It does a really nice job of keeping your fingers safe from the moving blade. You can see easy to read measurements. The rack and pinion fence right here adjusts nice and easy, gives you nice square cuts, and it has a maximum bevel of 47 degrees. Has a lockout safety switch. Just goes on and off really easy, and one key security to it. And a toolless latch system to put the stand to the saw and hold it firmly in place. Underneath we have storage for some of the blade guards and the riving knife. Just a close look all the way around. Then on the side here, there's a built-in handle, just really easy to lift it and carry it around. The fence has a flip down support. And then if you want to take the throat plate out right here, you can put Dado Blades in if you'd like. It's a 5/8 arbor, and the battery is a M18 12 amp hour high output battery. The stand right here is really easy to put together. You can see how it's clearly labeled. I can take those stickers off now. And then the 1 foot is adjustable, so that will accommodate unlevel ground. So let's move this back inside now, and then we'll start ripping some plywood and some hardwood. So now how about I show you a few test cuts on this, and then we're going to see how it works with the Dado blade. A lot of saws in this size right here cannot run Dado blades. So it's one thing that I know a lot of you guys are gonna be really excited to see about this right here. Okay, so let's put the battery in, and then we're ready to start. So first we're going to just start out by ripping a small piece of 1/2-inch plywood. We're going to do this at 1 inch. Let's see how we did. 1 inch on the money, 1 inch on the money, 1 inch. So now we're going to use the miter gauge. I have some 3/4 inch pine. So we're going to start right at the corner and do a 45-degree cut. See how that works. So I definitely like the break on this. It's a night and day difference from that vintage table saw that I grew up with. All right, so we're just going to rip a 1/2 inch off of this right here, some 3/4 inch pine. So last week I picked this up right here. This is the grabber. It's a push block. Just works really nice along with the push stick right here. So let's give it a shot. So I don't know if this switch right here is designed to tap with your knee, but as soon as I'm done ripping my material, I can just easily put my right knee into it and it just automatically stops. Okay, let's find something else. So this right here is going to be the ultimate test for the table saw. I forgot I had this in my shop right here. This is a 2x4 piece of red oak. So at some point I plan on making a picture frame with this, but I might as well rip it down now at 1.5 inches. That's gonna be the thickness of each one. So I'm glad to see the blade can go another inch thicker than this 2x4 material right here. So I was going slow and steady. There's a couple burn marks on the blade right there. So I do plan on sanding this, so that's nothing that I'm worried about. All right, let's take the battery out now. I wanna see if we can put those dado blades in here. Many years ago, I was inspired by Norm Abrams to start doing some dado cuts and doing some box joints and things like that. So I have this set right here. I've had it for a long time. Still the old price tag on there, 50 bucks. So we're gonna set up and do a 1/2 inch. So here's the setup. I have this outside one right here, then 2 of these inside ones, and then this other outside one. So these will sandwich those in between. Okay, so now we're gonna remove the blade. I took the battery out. You can see the blade spins, it kind of clicks. So what you do, there is a little button right here. You push that down and rotate the blade until it locks. There, right there, it's locked into position. It's actually easier to hold with your thumb. So here is the blade changing tool right here. Actually, I already loosened a little bit, so I think I can just now do it. Yeah, I can do it by hand. Okay, so got the nut right there, this retaining ring right there. And then here is the blade. This is the blade that comes with it. Okay, so we have 4 blades right here for doing the dado. So the outer ones are a little thicker than the inner ones, but all 4 added together equal a 1/2 inch. So Milwaukee does offer a wider throat plate than this right here if you do want to run a dado stack. Let's just test that out first to make sure it holds up okay. Yep. So if you're gonna run these dados, I definitely recommend getting that proper throat plate. Right now, we're just gonna use the small piece right here that's wide enough to span all the way across there. And we're just gonna do 1 or 2 passes here just to see how it looks. So let's first turn the dust collector on. So here I'll show you the final results. I did 2 passes on here, so they look really nice and clean. Did a nice job. So, what do you guys think? Okay, so now while we still have the battery out, I want to show you a couple of the safety features. So let's take a look at some of these items. So one of the items I see a lot of people use on a table saw is a riving knife. This is one of the things that's just really handy to keep that wood from going back and pinching on the blade. So that goes right back in here. So you can put the riving knife right in there, push that lever down, and it's locked into place. So a lot of people run this setup right here, or you can take this out right here. Okay, so we just put the plate back in there, and then you can put the riving knife with this guard right in there like that and lock it into place. So another safety feature to prevent kickback, I don't know if you ever have had a board all of a sudden just take off for some reason. These are anti-kickback pawls right here. So I believe they spell them P-A-W-L-S. I'll have to look it up. So these lock into the top right up here. I really don't have that issue on a table saw. It's mostly when I used to have a radial arm saw, that thing would send stuff flying, which was pretty scary. But on a table saw like this, I don't really seem to have that issue. So now let's just rip a couple pieces on this so you can see how this works. If you want to be as safe as possible, this is a nice setup to have right here. Okay, so how about we take a close look at the box so you can see all the specs. So when it comes to the table saw right here, this is model 2736-21HD. If you order this off the Home Depot website, they do offer some kits that include the stand, so we'll get to that in a second. But this one right here, this includes the table saw, a 12.0 high output battery. It has the charger as well too. So right above the switch is the indicator for the 1-key compatible. So you can track and manage your tool right here. You can shut it off remotely. There's an app you can get. So if you want to find out more about that, I will put a link down below to another tool that I reviewed showing exactly how that works. So the 12 amp hour battery in the saw right here generates 15 amp corded power. Has a power state brushless motor, the RedLink Plus intelligence, and the red lithium high output 12 amp hour battery, which fits all the M18 tools. So when it comes to performance, it has a 24.5-inch rip capacity. So any 4x8 sheet, it can go beyond that 24-inch. And then on one charge, it will rip up to 600 lineal feet of 3/4 OSB. That's impressive. And then right here is just another closer look at the 1-key right here, where you can track your tool's location if it's lost and get alerts when it's found. You can lock your tool and disable them remotely. Okay, the blade size 8¼ inch, the arbor size 5/8 of an inch, and the no load RPM is rated at 6,300. The rip capacity to the right of the blade, 24.5 inches, like I already mentioned. Rip capacity to the left side of the blade, 12 inches. The maximum bevel angle, 47 degrees. The cut depth at 90 degrees is 2.5 inches. And the weight with the battery, 45.8 pounds. And then I almost forgot, let's get this back here so you can see the warranty on this, 5-year on the tool, 3-year warranty on the battery. Okay, so this is the stand right here. So this is model 48-08-0561. So this stand right here is compatible with these two Milwaukee table saw models. This has easy tool-free attachment and removal, compact folding design for easy storage, leveling foot for stability, which is that right there. That I really like. So now I just want to say that I hope this video has been able to show you exactly how this works. If there's something that I left out, if you want more information, put a question or your comment down below. I'll be happy to respond. And I also will have a link to the Home Depot where you can see this has like a 4.7 star review with hundreds of people reviewing it, as well as I'll have a link to the 8-gallon dust extractor as well too. So my goal of this video is to put this to the test and demonstrate how it works so you can see if it's right for you in case you're considering the purchase of it. If you find this video to be interesting, helpful, and informative, please give it a thumbs up and help support my channel. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.